Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? I'm George, and this is my beautiful girlfriend, Rhoda. Here we have our beautiful creation, Zara. Before we get into the video, like, subscribe, and comment below if you guys want to hear anything new or if you guys have any questions for us. Stick around, and we're going to be sharing our story with you guys.
When George had barely been released, there was a photo that was roaming around Instagram, and it popped up on my news feed.
This was the very, very beginning. This picture was actually taken before I was released, but it was posted on social media to kind of, get my social media following.
Well, it was the picture where he was in the all orange suit, or like the jumpsuit. And so I had seen it and I was kind of like interested. And so I kind of looked him up, and then I realized that we had common interests business-wise. And so I messaged him, and I didn't think he was going to respond. I wasn't expecting him to respond. But then when he did respond, and it started out super friendly.
One thing led to another, and from Instagram messaging, we moved on to FaceTime. From FaceTime, we went on our first date. We went on a date to Malibu. She lives like 3 hours away from Malibu, so I was staying about an hour and a half away from her. I drive to her about 4 a.m. We go on this 3-hour road trip as strangers, and luckily,
it was an instant connection. And we would jump from conversation to conversation. It wasn't like it was one long, boring conversation. We talked about so many different things, and we just really...
We still are like that.
No, absolutely. There's so many things about us that it's just like, it seems too good to be true, I think.
You're too good to be true, baby. I love you. I enjoyed her presence. I enjoyed her bubbly personality. And I just knew that, I had a feeling that she was going to be my life partner. And here we are.
And you also have to remember, we were in the middle of COVID, so it wasn't like we could go on dates, like to dinner or to lunch. The restaurants were closed. Everything was curbside and takeout. And so we kind of had to compromise.
Nonetheless, we made the best of it. We weren't bored, as you could tell.
We didn't stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah, we self-quarantined.
Together. But then after going on dates, we spent about like 4 or 5 days apart. And then George was like, do you want to come hang out with me in Arizona? And I was kind of like, yeah, sure. And that was pretty brave of us, because we kind of got to know each other on the dates, but we didn't necessarily spend the night together and like share a space together.
That was pretty brave on you, because you're in a whole nother state by yourself. Like, I drove, so she doesn't really have a car to get back. I mean, she can hop on an airplane and fly back, but she was basically out there by herself. And it went perfect. Like, not at one point did she ever regret going out there.
No, not at all. And my parents were like, go for it. Like, go to Arizona. Not necessarily my dad, but my mom was like, yeah, go for it. And then you met my mom before I went to Arizona.
Yeah. Well, you met my parents before I met your parents. And that was a whole nother crazy experience, because that happened on the very first date. And up until this day, like, my parents just love her. Like, and
I love them. I love George's mom's cooking, and then I just love having conversations with his dad. He's the nicest, most genuine. Both of them. They're both very genuine people.
Maybe one day I'll introduce them to you two.
Maybe.
Maybe.
For sure, maybe your dad.
Yeah.
But anywho, after staying with each other for 5 days, I came back to California, and then we kind of just missed each other and missed being around each other's like presence, that I ended up going back to Arizona, and we never left each other's side after that.
No. She basically moved in with me, and then I moved in with her. As soon as I got released from Arizona's custody, I was able to move back to California. I moved in with her, and by then we already knew we were pregnant. And
we knew we were pregnant in Arizona, actually. We didn't tell anyone because of our living circumstances, and then I felt like I didn't want to share the pregnancy with anyone until I knew we were in the clear. I thought that was very important. And then finally, when we were in the clear, we were able to tell people.
yeah, and I think that was a pretty big experience in itself. It's like, I didn't know what my parents were going to think. Like, I was barely getting out of prison. I was, starting a whole new, fresh life. I was just intimidated of the situation. Just because of the stigma, like if I was going to be judged, I really didn't have anything going for me. I pushed hard. I'm at a place and moment in my life where I can say how comfortable I was letting my family know that I was expecting a baby with my brand new girlfriend. We had only known each other for like maybe a month or two.
Like 2.
Yeah, like 2 months. Yeah, exactly. Like 2.5, to be exact, we known each other for like 2.5 months, and then we knew we were expecting a baby.
And it's so funny because George knew that I was pregnant before I knew. He was already like, "You're pregnant."
Yeah, we were actually making bets. I'm like, I bet you're pregnant. Well, we weren't trying not to be pregnant, but we weren't planning it either.
We weren't planning, and we weren't trying not to get pregnant.
And that's how she happened.
Yes. Oh, she's awake.
But I'm really glad it did, because I'm really happy. She makes me happy. I enjoy being around my family. I want to spend as much time as possible with them. And hopefully I can bring you guys along for the adventure. More than anything, we're making this YouTube channel for our baby to kind of look back on memories. So I hope you guys enjoy. Once again, like, comment, subscribe. I hope to be seeing you guys pretty soon. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.